Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kosch. It is the 18th of December, Christmas a week away. I'm the CEO of Worldprofit and one of the co-founders with Sandy Hunter. Doing this for 26 plus years, and we're having a fabulous month as usual. Christmas is, it's going to be different this year, I think, for a lot of people. However, we have technology on our side, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today is technology, affiliate programs, marketing, promoting, but the right way, the way that requires work and effort, the old-fashioned term from back in the 50s and 60s. The internet, it started with the tumble of you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work. You just post a few ads and you make $1 million and or you do your video and everybody watches it and you make money. And now the internet's sort of gone back to, hopefully, that you have to get up every morning and you don't have to put on a suit or anything like that, but you do have to work. We've been doing this for a lot of years. We learned the hard way how to promote, and we learned the hard way how to make money online. It was very tough in the early days. But now it is a lot easier if you have the right tools and the right training. So that's what we're here for to help you with. My background is military. I joined when I was very young. I was right out of high school. In Ontario, we had 13 grades. So high school was 5 years. And I got out and decided to join the military through RMC in Royal Military College, because it was free. They didn't charge you, but you got a university degree, which was pretty good. I got into another university on a scholarship, actually, and but it still costs a lot of money to live, right? Because you can't just live in you can't live in your classrooms. You had to pay for all that. RMC was awesome. It was very similar to West Point, giving people a chance to go to university and at the same time learn about the military and become an officer and all that good stuff. I decided to be a pilot. Again, just saw a picture on a wall, and it was a picture of a jet. And I jokingly said to the recruiting guy, I'd like to fly one of those. And I just laughed, right? And he said, well, have you ever flown before? And I went, no. And he said, that's perfect. How are your eyes and your health? And I said, I feel good. And a couple of years later, I was flying jets. So I kept that story short. Did you notice that? We started in 94, and I did that because I got out early. It was early retirement I was offered, so I thought, well, I'd get out and try something different, and it worked out great. I got the bug to be an entrepreneur. This first slide is the most important one. It is about those coveralls that I mentioned, about putting those on and working. It's a life on the internet is it's great, but it does require hard work. And placing ads and having leads come in and sending newsletters and all that good stuff. But we're here to help. And the best way to get started for you is to get to lesson 3. 100% of all of the people that have intense difficulty, 100%, don't go to lesson 3. And if they do, it's for that fleeting moment. You want to stay on lesson 3 because you can't get through it in under, probably in under 10 days. It's going to take work. You've got to sign up for different sites, and you're going to learn to post ads and classifieds, and you're eventually going to learn about Facebook and groups and things like that, where you can get people interested in our affiliate program, which we call people that just sign up like you did, associates. And stay on lesson 3, though, to learn how to do that, to learn how to promote, and it's all accessible to you. There's videos, there's YouTube videos, we have a YouTube channel, everything for your convenience to be able to get the training and to get started. Do the video, though. The first step in the video, of course, is it's going to take you through like your profile and a couple of things, menus and stuff like that. And that is just to get you comfortable with, your surroundings in the member area. There are a lot of things in the member area. I'll make no mistake about that. And the reason is because we have a long-term training program. We're not a business opportunity at all. We're a website. We host websites, and we teach people not only how to manage their website, but how to promote and generate income in affiliate programs like our own, like Amazon, ClickBank. There's all kinds of them out there, JVZoo. But we also help you with whatever questions you have about marketing and promotion. So we're here for you 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. This was hilarious. I didn't put it on my slide or anything, but Gmail was down for I think 3 or 4 hours a couple of days ago. I think it was on the 15th or the 14th, 16th, 15th, whatever. The entire Gmail went down. It made national news. Of course, it's all you got to do is Google was down and Google, and they'll tell you. The funny thing though is their advertising network was fine, and so was their search engine, of course. So only Google Docs and their G Drive and all that went down. It resulted in all kinds of emails bouncing, and our systems went haywire, right? Because everybody got kind of blocked to Gmail. Very unfortunate. But it just goes to show you, I wish I had my my box here. This is I have it sitting right here. This is a reminder. This you probably can't tell. It says Note 7 on it. Do you guys remember that? Anybody remember Note 7? I've kept this, and I will forever. It's a reminder of how incompetent companies can be, no matter how much money they have, no matter how many people they've hired, and how successful they are. The Samsung Galaxy Note 7 was the exploding phone, as we all know. But you think, they actually created it, passed it, it went through all of the normal regulations and burned down a lot of houses. So, multi-billion-dollar companies can go down. Not saying we can't go down, but we're here 7 days a week, constantly supporting you, and hopefully we don't have anything like this happen again. We can all have a chuckle about it because, like I said, these gigantic companies can go down. Hotmail, Yahoo, Comcast, keep those emails, but I highly recommend Gmail, okay, because they give you so much more control over spam and everything like that. The proof of the program is you. The way that we have arranged Worldprofit is everybody can sign up for free. And we have literally over 1 million people that have signed up, that have used our free services and never paid us a nickel. Now, they're not logging in every day, fortunately, or we'd have to buy more servers. But they're an example of the fly, but they're just picking. They sign up for everything, okay? And you got to remember, there's a lot of people that do that, a lot more than you might think. But we're going to teach you how to put ads out there to get lots of people to sign up, and knowing full well that they're not all going to upgrade, but they can come in and use our resources, PLR and all this stuff, education services for no cost, in the hopes that they decide to upgrade. Okay, and you're here at this training because you decided to upgrade. All right, and it works great. It works great. It's a good system. It's called free. Offer something for free. Let people kick the tires. Let them get to know you. And that's why we have things like our Facebook group. We have our Worldprofit community. And of course, we have the member area. We have our monitor team. Just getting to know people, saying, hey, it's safe here. You can come into the silver program or platinum and see what it's like. If you do get to lesson 3, and you're one of the lucky ones that actually starts doing lesson 3, you will become acquainted with the ad tracker on your top menu, because that is a tracker. It confirms people are clicking on the ads that you're sending out. You don't need to do anything other than that on lesson 3, okay, as far as the video goes, because the Live Business Center and the monitors are in the member area greeting associates as they enter. They're helping them. They're saying, hey, here's where the silver membership information is, if they're after their free visitors account, things like that. They're going to direct them to it. And every single day, Worldprofit sends out a newsletter to your associates outlining the benefits of the silver membership, the advertising programs that we have, saying, hey, come on in and use our new ad stream board, that kind of a thing. Keeping them coming in, keeping them, warm, keeping them warm, just saying, listen, we're still here, we're alive, we're well, we're a community, and saying, listen, have another look if you're unsure, and we're here to help. Okay, so you don't need to do any kind of communication at all. Later, as you develop, as you get your business settled and you get more comfortable, hey, you might become a monitor. Or you may pick up the Skype phone and give them a call, or you might have a meeting center and have people come in and stuff like that. Okay, so start slow and build consistently, work consistently. Okay? Cool Tools is on the top menu is a great area for things like JitBit, auto text, which I live on, RoboForm. I can't imagine a day without RoboForm, or Postbox email management. They're under Cool Tools and they're worth a look. They cost money, in the 20s of dollars. They're not super expensive. These are my favorite programs for organizing your promotion, Link Manager and Link Magic. Okay, they're also awesome tools that are available in your member area. Okay. Are there any questions about that? Have I missed anybody? Like the new edition? Yeah, the My Menu. Yeah, no, we're going to talk about that. That's why I'm kind of moving along here. I want to get to the good stuff. And no bootcamp next Friday. Okay, there's no bootcamp next Friday. I might do one on Thursday. I'm not sure. It just depends on my schedule. Okay, Bitcoin. Has anybody heard Bitcoin? It's exploding. It started the year at about $3,000 to $4,000 per coin. And Bitcoin, if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. It's sort of like Visa. Does anybody remember when Visa came out? Visa cards? I do. I think it was like 1976 or 77. And you thought, what is this? I take this card and I plug it in and I give it to the store person and they say, here's your suit. And you're like, well, how can this be? It's just a piece of plastic. It's not actually money. It's plastic. Well, it's kind of the promise of money. It's an agreement. Bitcoin is a little more complicated than that. However, it's an agreement. It's a bunch of people agreeing to accept it and to sell it and to buy it and to mine it. The mining thing, don't worry about that. That's complicated, but they made it easy because you can click a button and start mining on your computer. Okay, we have several members that are in mining programs and things like that. But what I like about Bitcoin is you can get a lot of information on it. Under Cool Tools, there is a place that I've used for many years, and I'm not saying, it's called COINBASE, and it's under Cool Tools. Right here in the Biz Builders, Cool Tools. And it's a place where you can get a wallet, a Bitcoin wallet, right? And I'm not going to say any more than that because you can get all the information at Coinbase. We accept Coinbase payments for silver membership. In other words, they've got an amazing system for accepting, trading Bitcoin, doing everything Bitcoin. There's also another company called BitPay, which is great. Place you want to go if you want to read all about it is you can go to the PLR Product Vault and just type in Bitcoin. And you will find products here that you can read about. You can also type in crypto, things like that. But these packages here have articles in them, information about Bitcoin. There is no way you're not going to get a lot of info on Bitcoin. However, back to what I said, $3,000 is what a coin was worth. Now, Kevin says, $22,000 per coin. And that's going to go up, I think. I really do think that Bitcoin is going to be huge in the future because it is so well established now, along with Ethereum and the other different coins out there. I'm not going to go through this whole thing because it'll last forever. The bottom line is Bitcoin is a part of the backbone of the internet. If you know what a torrent is, they're called Tors, they're peer-to-peer. They work independent of anybody on the internet. Nobody controls the Tor system. Other words called the dark web. There's always a light web and a dark web. It's like a positive and a negative, right? Now, mind you, the Tors aren't a negative, but they're just a side effect of the internet. And so is Bitcoin, created by somebody very clever. And so I'm going to leave it at that. In my opinion, it's going to be here to stay. It's not going away. Okay. And Brian, I got involved with Bitcoin when it was $200 a coin. We accepted Bitcoin as a payment form. Very rarely, not many people had it, but we accepted it. And so our coins have gone up. Well, we don't have any coins, but we've got a lot of money in Bitcoin, which is cool. Ad stream. Oh, can I tell you what the ad stream is? Okay, let me draw this because I prefer to draw certain things out. What we had created many years ago. Okay, so I'm going to take you into our Worldprofit member area that we all know. This is our member area, M-A, member area, okay? And we all know what the member area is because we had to, it's right here, right? You go in it and it's all kinds of stuff in there. When an associate logs in, meaning when you do your promotion, an associate comes in, there's a little widget over here. And we call it the WP ad stream. Okay, so it's a WP ad stream. And I'm going to just call it ad stream. Okay, and the reason we did it was so that people could post a little ad down here and hit the little key and their ad would go up. And the ads would keep rotating as they aged. So you'd have to log in to put your ad in, and we kind of limit it to about 4 or 5 ads a day. But we haven't had too many people abuse it. They're nice. They put their ad in and they go, and it's all fun, but it gives a reason to keep people coming back, right? Like you go in and same as a safe list or an ad exchange. You go in there, you earn your credits, your ad gets more views, that kind of thing. Everybody wants their ad. So they would come in here, and of course the live business center is here. Okay, so they see the LBC and all the services. So we're hoping they do some window shopping, find out more about Worldprofit. The dealers, like the silver and platinum members, there's one down here. There's a little widget here because it's not, you guys log in all the time. You can come in and place ads. Well, the ads that are entered by the silver and platinum members, S&P, and these are the associates over here, they're the same ads. It's called an ad board. Okay, it's like an ad stream because it streams the ads. And you can see it anytime you're logged in. All you have to do is scroll down, and there it is. And these ads are going in all day, every day, to the tune of thousands of ads. And I mean thousands of ads. And we delete them every 3 months or so because there's so many. Why do we do that? Well, it's to get people to log in and take a look at the services. But the one thing that we never did was we never monetized it. We never turned it into you have to pay. And you still don't. You don't have to pay to put ads in here. We also did it so that we could find out kind of what's going on the internet. What are people promoting? Like, what is it that grabs people? What are they doing out there? They're coming into our member area, but what's going on? What's the pulse, of marketing? That way we could get ideas, find out what other people are doing, that kind of thing. So kind of like just see what's happening, right? Kind of like when you go to Amazon, what's selling this Christmas, right? What's selling? And they'll say, oh, well, these things are. More of a curiosity, but what's hot? Luther said it, just like what's going on. So just so you know, this and this are the same. Same ads, same everything, no preferential treatment. When you put your ad in, it goes to the top. Okay, so you can, hello everyone, you don't have to put an ad in, but You can pull up your emojis here, which, you know, hi, right? Click on the X there, and then you can put a URL in if you want, but the bottom line is it goes right at the top. So it has its time up there. So what we did was we created, I just put this as see all ads. It's going to turn into get your ad posted, you know. So what I did was, as you can see, there's my ad, and this is called Worldprofit's ad stream board. I thought, you know what, people are using this thing all the time. So I created a program that grabs the URL and just says get details here. And people click on it and it pops up and they can see, you know, what's going on, a little pop-up. And it's cool. It's just a neat board. Well, featured ads, I added these. I said, well, you know what, I've done the diamond rotator. I know how to rotate ads and I know how to calculate, you know, numbers and which ads to show and things like that. So what I decided to do was I created a couple of featured ads where they rotate. And the cost is, again, this is for everybody, associates and silver platinum members. It might get an associate to come in for the $27 for 1 year, or a dealer, a member, and your ad will rotate for a whole year on that board, as well as worldprofit.link. That's the outside board, which I'm going to turn into a landing page. Okay, because people see the ads. How do I get my ad in here? They sign up, they become an associate under you. I'm going to also have a widget that you can put on your website. That'll be an ad board, but they have to sign up. So it'll say, you know, sign up to post an ad, and they'll sign up in the widget, and they'll get the information emailed to them, and then they can post an ad on your site. But the bottom line is it's all so that you can generate leads. So what happens is, the idea is when an associate comes in and purchases, you get your commission on the sale, okay, which is great. And they go into the URL ad manager, which I still have to do the help video. I'm going to do that right away when I get done. But its bottom line is it's the same sort of idea as the diamond rotator. You put your ad. Now, it's one URL. You don't get 5. But I just did this to fill it up with some ads. Same idea. You get your clicks. You get your ad views, that type of a thing. And you can see I'm getting clicks on the ads that I ran. I just put these in from ClickBank or JVZoo. I added these in just to show you that, you know, in one day I am getting clicks. I haven't clicked on them. I haven't clicked on this one. So this one, get paid to take photos, is actually a really neat one. There you go. Okay, so that's the sort of the design of the whole thing. There's an ad tracker and all of that good stuff. You won't see an approvals or anything. That's just for the admins. Okay, you can change your URL anytime you want. So what I can do is, just like with the diamond rotator, I could change the ad title, and I can change the URL anytime I want. All right, you just hit the update, and then it'll go into the approval status will be pending. Okay, so it's $27 for the whole year. And believe it or not, I love it if you guys all buy ads, but this is really geared to associates because they're looking at the ad board and saying to themselves, hey, you know what, I think this is pretty cool, right? So they're also, I'll have a, you know, see the ad board right here. And when people click on these things, they go to the site. Okay, so it actually takes the link and puts it in there. There's Brian. Brian's a marketer. Hey, you know when to show the new ad. Good for you. That's funny. All right. So these will get a lot of visits. I'm putting links up for the associates constantly, like all over the place. You can see it under advertising, right here, ad stream rotator, etc. Okay, so it's really cool. I did this because this is just an unbelievable popular system. Like the ads are going in here constantly. It's really crazy. I never thought that so many people would post ads in there. Okay. So that's that. Now here's another one. This is the idea of our president, Sandy Hunter. She is in the member area a lot, as you can imagine, and she also gets a report on what people are searching for. And she said to me, the same people are using the search function, which is up here at the top, or in the other menu, there's a search here, to go to links that they searched for yesterday and the day before and the day before. In other words, they're using the search box to go to links that they maybe just don't want to look for in the member area. So she said, I wonder if there's a way so you can kind of make your own menu and you know, not have to look for stuff that you use every day. And I agree with that. There's a lot of menu stuff. Oh my goodness, even me, like I'll go, where did I put that again? I use it all the time. Okay, so we put it up here. It's called My Menu. And if you look, it's under your badge and it says My Menu. So when you click on it, this menu comes up and it says Manage Menu. So you might not have anything in here. So what you do is you go Manage Menu. And this is kind of how you get to the menu management, right? You click this and you click Manage Menu and then you're in. There's a little help video here, but you can probably figure it out, right? You enter a name that you want the link to be called. So it could be Meeting Center. And then you can go down and you can look for it in here. You'll probably find it. If you don't, you can send me a note and say, hey, George, can you add this link? It's not in the list. And I'll add it for you. So you come down and you say Meeting Center. This is just so that you can, like, say that you named it something else, My LBC, and you thought, what was that again? This will give you an idea of this is kind of what it's called in the Worldprofit menu. This is what you're calling it. Could be George's Meeting Center. Okay, and you pick a color for the box. Could be dark, light, gray, whatever you want, and then it's just simple as this. Click Saved. So now when you go to your menu, it will show up in whatever order you specify. And I use Worldprofit Tube all the time because I post my bootcamp there. I use the ad stream rotator, and of course the graphic studio is huge. I put that everywhere, right? So, and then to close it, close. I kept it as simple as possible. If you need to delete a link, delete. You can update. This one you can reset just to the beginner menu. Meaning if somebody is just starting out in the program and they want to know what are the most important links, they're there. And you can try it. It'll wipe out your other links. You know, it'll kind of clean the board and it'll put up those main links. Okay, like ad examples, ad tracker, bootcamp training, live bootcamp, that kind of thing. And you can see it in my help video. It just, I don't want to wipe out mine. I like these. Put them in there. It took time. Okay, so that's My Menu. And it's right here. Get to know it because it's your menu. It's designed for you. Yeah, fill out a support ticket for me and I'll absolutely add that. No problem. Yeah, just so you remind me, add Rotator Genie in there. Be happy to do that. Okay. You know, if you do some Googling, you'll know that the first affiliate companies came out in 1994. And Worldprofit was, I think, the first one. I'm very sure it was because I read some of the dates. There's two others. One was called CD something and another one. Anyways, we started super early before we incorporated. We incorporated in 94, but we started the business before that. So I am officially letting you know that we are the first affiliate company. Now, have we promoted that anywhere? Have we ever, we're bragging about it? No, not at all. It just feels good. That's a feel-good moment. Amazon did start in 96. And we used to call our people dealers, and we still do. So if you're a silver or platinum, all of our databases, everything called dealers. And we would call people that came in to the free program, we didn't really have a name for them. We just said they're in the free membership. You're a free member. So when Amazon came out, they called their people associates. So we borrowed the associates. We said, yeah, that's a good idea to call people because they're associated with Worldprofit. The term affiliate didn't exist. It was an unknown word, as far as I recall. It was a long time ago. Anyways, that's our story. In case you're wondering, we have year-end pricing. Convert to monthly 1-year silver or platinum and lock in pricing, save up to 60%. If you're interested, fill out a support ticket. All right, the things that you get for these upgrades are awesome. I'm going to show you something that I've added with the Graphics Studio. 40% commission, Graphics Studio, autoresponder system, Superstore Sales Manager for ClickBank, which is a huge affiliate system, and Marketplace, like similar to Amazon, a little smaller. Everything's smaller than Amazon. Advanced Ad Tracker, 18 mega traffic injections every month. Platinum VIP bonuses. This is one of the ones, the traffic injections is in that basic links, you know, in my links when people reset it. That one goes in there too, because those are important. Okay. I wanted to show you something that Bobby Joe, actually, now that you say you love it, I'll show you what I did for you and others under the Prospect Manager. If you have the Graphics Studio and you go to the emailer now, you have the ability, I'm just going to grab some letter at random here, you have the ability to access not only your images from the image gallery, but you can grab images from image hosting, which is under website management. Okay, so for example, you know, in my menu, I don't have image hosting. I like image hosting. I think it's pretty neat. So you can go in here and just say image hosting. We also host PDF files, but image hosting. And then look for it in here, HI image ebook hosting. And I'll make it menu, I don't know, 6. And just keep it as blue, that's fine. So now when I want to use image hosting, all I have to do is go here and click on image hosting. So whatever images you're hosting here will be accessible in the prospect emailer. Okay, so when you go into the Prospect Manager, into the emailer, and you pick something, you can then pull in these images and drag and drop them. So you could say, I don't know, I'm just making this stuff up, but say I go here and I want to wish everybody a nice banner. Grab that banner here and drop it. It takes a bit of practice, I know. You got to kind of grab it and then drag it, and then grab it again and drag it. Blame it on Google because they were down. You can blame it on Microsoft too. Just don't blame it on Worldprofit. Okay? Just don't blame it on us. So there's your banner in there, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can rechange the size, link it to something. So here's, Dave asked me today about login ads. There's 2 types of login ads. One is when you put a URL in and it pops up. So when you go to a site that says, you know, do you have an HTML login ad? That's the second kind. So login ads are like, for example, if you go in, I'm just going to say, you know, forgive my, this is awful, login ads. The number one kind is you just put your URL in, and then when people go to log into a site, your site shows up here, and then there's a timer, and those are the best ones, right? You don't have to put any code in or anything, you just put the URL in, sort of like our login ads. But there is a second type, kind of an older style, where they give you an editor, and you have to put code in there, right? The HTML of the site and all this. What I recommend, okay, and what I would do 100% of the time, is you can go to an editor. So you could go to your website management area here and just grab this one for sake of argument, full width, whatever, and create a graphic that you would create in the graphics studio that you want to use. That way you don't have to do anything, but you just plug an image in, right? So you go like this, put that there. Get it to the size that you want it. So I set it to whatever, I don't know, let's just say 400. And we want to link it to something. So it would link to whatever your affiliate program is. https://worldprofit.com, ID, ID equals 3099. Okay, just for example. Okay, so then you would center it, do whatever you want to it, but then you grab the source code. And this is what I would plug into those sites, just something simple like that. And take this and put it on your clipboard. Okay, and yeah, set it to 300 or whatever size that you need to set it to. Okay, and then you have a login ad that you can use that's an image that says everything. You don't have to do the paragraph marks and all of that crazy stuff, right? This is what I would do. Okay, they're kind of like, it's a splash page, right? And of course you can make splash pages in the graphics studio too. Okay, that's how I would do it. All right. And Luther says, George, can you host other website? Absolutely. We've actually sold quite a few of these. It's called under WordPress blogs. And I almost wanted to call this WordPress / cPanel sort of thing, because we do have cPanel hosting, if you're familiar with that. But we also host WordPress blogs. If you have a current website out there, you definitely want to do cPanel, because then you're in charge of kind of bringing it over and doing all that stuff. I don't actually do that. It takes time and you got to learn how to do it. But if you have a fresh site where you say to yourself, geez, I'd like to just have a nice blog, you can do this. We'll set it up for you under blog.domainname.com, and then you can go in and learn about WordPress. Okay, it's pretty cool. There's some amazing things that you can do with WordPress. Okay, so this site, to set it up, is a one-time fee of $49.95, and we'll host it for as long as you are a silver or platinum member. It's kind of bundled in. Okay, so like I said at the very beginning, we are a business program. We're not an op. Like, we host websites and we host businesses, essentially. Okay, so if you're coming in for the long term, this is something we can do. There's also another option to extend into other types of editors, and you'll find it under website management. It's called Website Plus. Okay, and that's also in here too. Okay, and you can read about it. There's two options. There's the Mobirise editor, and there's FTP, which you can use Notepad and FileZilla and things like that. There's also more than Mobirise out there. There's other editors that you can use. But essentially what it is it's you saying, hey, I want to control what I'm doing. If you get cPanel, you can set this up for yourself too within your cPanel. Okay? And I've been using cPanel since probably the month it came out. cPanel is great. And so, what happened was many years ago, somebody came up to us and said, listen, you guys are locking people into your editor, your landing page builders and all that stuff. And I said, yeah, you're right. So let me fix it. So we went into WordPress and we went into cPanel. And the reason we did that was because we do acknowledge that there are people out there that just say, listen, I like my silver website, but I want to do more. And this covers it all. It really does. It covers everything, especially cPanel. You can go crazy in cPanel. There's a million things you can set up. It's a one-time fee of $79. But like I said, that's a setup fee, and we will host it as long as you maintain your silver or platinum membership. And Mary Daniels says, what is cPanel? Well, I can show you a cPanel. Do you want to see a cPanel? Let me go under our servers here. I'll show you a cPanel. I'll show you what it looks like, just as an example. Pull it up on my other screen and I'll pull it over. It's quite involved. Let me go to, I'm sure Wallace won't mind me showing his here. Wallace was recently featured, Wallace Johnson. If you've been reading our blog. Okay, so the way cPanel looks is everything is now cloud-based. And right now you're looking at this and I know what you're thinking. What is this? It's a lot of stuff, okay? This is for people who are advanced. So please don't buy this hosting if you're not kind of there. You're a beginner. You're like, well, you know, I kind of just starting out. The cPanel is not for you. However, my trick is that when you get in here, it's a domain name. Like you go to a website. Think of it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an overview of cPanel in only the way that I can simplify it. The way cPanel works is, you know, when you go to a website, this is abc.com, and if abc.com is a silver membership, you go to website management and you manage it. You have the links and you have the editor and you have all that stuff. So that's there. That's called Worldprofit. We manage the content on the site. Does that make sense? Because you gotta, you know, every time you see a website, you go, well, how do you manage that website? How do you add pages? How do you add stuff? Well, Worldprofit has a unique system designed for affiliates, affiliate programs. You've all seen our sites, right? The other way that you can manage a site is through things like FTP and MobiRise and all that stuff. Okay, so FTP, MobiRise, that kind of thing. The other option is WordPress. WordPress. Okay, WordPress is, again, very similar to this one, Worldprofit, WordPress, because you don't have to program, you don't have to do any of that crazy stuff, right? You just kind of say, put this up, and it works decently. FTP is more complicated. Okay, we there? So I'm going to put an arrow over here because this is cPanel. And cPanel involves FTP. You can add domains to it. You can just go absolutely crazy with it. You can add anything to this thing. But it requires a technical ability because it is complicated. Okay, it's complicated. We'll set it up for you to work on that website. The website that you give us, we'll set it up so it works on that one. But then going in here and looking at things like SQL database and FTP and file manager and, oh man, alone, and there's a lot of stuff in here, okay? And I don't want to scare you because, like, for example, you can go to Softaculous apps installer and look at all the stuff that you can install on it. But I absolutely caution you with extreme caution. This is complex, okay? This isn't to be taken lightly like, hey, I think I'll take a weekend out and learn cPanel. I've been doing cPanel since it came out and I'm always marveled at all the stuff in here. It's awesome though, okay? It's like Brian said, it's not easy, but it is awesome. Like, it's really cool what you can do with it. But look at this, Java, PHP, Perl, everything. Then you go back to cPanel right here, and it takes you back here. Okay? So that's all I'm going to show you. I'm not showing you anymore because it's, we got to keep it lean here at Worldprofit. That's why I really like this one. Hey, the whole thing moved. I really like Worldprofit, this one, and WordPress is good. And they're there. That's why we're a hosting company. Right? We host websites. on whatever platform you want. Okay? Kind of cool. All right. Are there any other questions? So, we've got the ad stream, we've got my menu, Bitcoin is on the rise, Worldprofit's on the rise. Everything's looking good. Dan says, I enroll a new silver member. Anything I need to do? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you want, give them a call, or if you have a meeting center, send them there. If you do Zoom or whatever, say welcome. It's totally up to you. We do take good care, like with what I'm doing right now is where I would recommend them to go and say, listen, we do have a main sponsor. His name is George Kosch. He's the CEO of the company, and he does a live workshop every Friday. So mark it on your calendar if you have questions that I can't answer. And I'm happy to help. All right? So we send them a nice welcome letter. We let them know how to get support, that kind of a thing. Okay, the most important thing is to make sure that they get to lesson 3, because that's going to sort of say, listen, here's your profile, here's your website, here's, this is these are the important things that you need to know to get started. And we hope that their goal is to stay with us for many years to come. All right? Does that make sense? Everybody down with that? It's official. And we're the first affiliate program. I know we are. I don't think you're going to find anybody that predates us on the internet. You can't. I was there. I called up the Direct Selling Association in Canada. I got to tell you a story. It's funny. Since we got an extra few seconds. And the woman was the president, and she talked to me on the phone. And we were starting out. We didn't know anything about the internet other than that you could put anything on it. People dialed in on a modem and they went to a site, and they used Mosaic, which was the browser. So I talked to her, and I got on the phone, and she was really, really nice. And she said, there will never be a day where I allow the information about our company, which is public, of course, like Walmart and everything. I will never allow it on that thing, that network. And I said, can I ask why? She said, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in making information about companies public like that to the world on that thing. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry I bothered you. Oh, now I get to laugh about it because I just felt like this was the way that it was going to be. I was on a kitchen table. I had no money. We started the company on a Visa card. We went in heavy debt, like 20 grand to buy computers and software, and I had a fax on demand system. People would phone and they would key in a number and they would get a document faxed to them. And yeah, I used a Commodore 64 when I was in grade 11, I think, which would be 1982, I think, 81, 82. I programmed in BASIC, and then Fortran COBOL came out, and then the Apple IIe, I remember that came out, and that was pretty cool. And I learned to program. I didn't even know that I would end up being a programmer, like a web programmer. And I created a ball that would, well, they gave us the base code, and the ball went like this. You pressed a button on the keyboard, and the ball went. So I wrote a subroutine to make the ball move in time. So instead of going up and down, it would bounce like this, and the thing would go along, and there'd be little trees that would go, and I said, wow, this is cool. And then I had a friend who kept telling me that you can win at blackjack. So I wrote a very powerful, complex program where the house would play 4 people blackjack. And this was when I was in grade 12. And, the Apple IIe was out. And I played 10 million plus rounds of blackjack. And I showed the data. And it was my dad's friend. He was an Egyptian guy, very, very smart guy, like a chess genius. I showed him the data. And I said, the house wins all the money. These 4 suckers, they can't beat the house over 10 million times. Because the house, remember when you're 16, you've got 16, the house has to take another card, right? Under 16, etc., and all this stuff. So anyways, I wrote this program. I was quite proud of it, actually. I wish I still had it. And it would play blackjack. And I finessed the routines, if the person has 12 and their face cards, so they were like reading the deck. When they could read the decks, and I had 6 decks, then the house would start losing. So you're counting cards, right? All this stuff is so cool because it's all numbers. So anyways, now I work 100 hours a week to avoid working 40 for someone else. Can't tell you how true that is. And we waited in line outside of a computer store for Windows 95. I was one of them. I admit it. I was one of those people. And Sandy was there too. She may not admit it, but we waited in line because Windows 3 or whatever it was called Windows Workgroups or something, was useless. But Windows 95 was really good. Yeah, it was cool. In the cold too. It was cold. Mary Daniel says, I like my personal meeting center. Is that something we can market? Or do people, they have to become a silver member? I've been asked this many times, because you need a website that we host for it to run on. That's all. There's no way to run it outside of our website. There's some security issues. As you know, I don't anticipate, we're not competing with Zoom. Believe me, it's a basic meeting center, and it will stay that way. Just like our autoresponder. I'm not out to, get on the phone with Mr. Zoom and say, hey, CEO, you're going down. I built this. You can't compete with them. Same thing with Google Meet. We're not competing with them. What I did this for was because people want stuff on their website. Right? Somebody says, we're Zoom. Oh, it's on Zoom. So it's over there, and you got to load software on your computer and all that. With these meeting centers, you don't need software. They just use basic WebRTC, which are protocols established by the internet world, right? And it's your meeting center. It's designed for small time, basic meetings. You can share your screen. And just like Sandy Hunter is saying, it's designed for us because we're like a family, right? This is something that you say, I got this at Worldprofit, and it works great on my site. Oh, is Worldprofit trying to compete? No, we're not trying to compete with anybody. I mean, Google Meetings and Zoom, you can get them all for free. But they're not on your website. And you have the ability to say to me, just like Rich does, Rich, I got your note about the color, and I'll fix that. George, could you maybe look at doing this or look at doing that? And, I'll do the best I can. But it's not a system that's going, to turn into some, thing. It's just a basic meeting center. Do you remember when Skype came out and it was so basic? Now you turn on Skype and it says, where is your car parked in the driveway? And you're like, what? What's your phone number? Do you want to link this to your computer sitting in the garage? You're like, come on, can't you just be Skype? Can't you just stop adding all this garbage? That's my rant. I admit it. I really liked when things were simple. I still can pick up my phone and phone someone. I like that. But these phones, they're insane. It takes 20 minutes to figure out how to do something on them sometimes. You know, I'm telling you, simple is good. Yeah, Skype has Meet too, which is good, It's cool. Like Skype is actually pretty cool. Are there any other questions? Have I missed anybody? And yeah, I highly advise all of you that things like Skype, Zoom, Google Meeting, embrace those in your business. If you get our meeting center, good. It's there if you want it. Okay? Remember, if you're interested in upgrading, we're here. Sandy Hunter will send you a quote. This is the time to do it. And again, you get the graphic studio so you can create so much stuff. Sandy Hunter has created some incredible things in the last week in the graphic studio. And it's because I linked it in with the different apps. I also put it in with your newsletter system. So you've got your newsletter center here, which again, I'm just going to create a newsletter without template. You can grab an image and start your newsletter off with an image if you want. Okay, so you play around with your computer, scroll down, that kind of thing. Okay. I think you can copy the image address, copy the image. I'm not sure if you can paste it in. I don't think you can. I think you got to kind of drag and drop it. Oh, no, I guess you can paste. I can paste faster than most because I have a mouse that has multiple buttons on it. A button here, you can press with your thumb down. And there's also, yeah, those are the basic buttons. There's 3 here, 1, 2, 3, which you work your thumb, and then the paste button. So you set these Logitech to whatever you want. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So I can say, you know, 1, 2, 3, and I can highlight it, and I don't have to right click and copy. I could just press a button, and then I press my thumb down, and it pastes. Just so you crazy people out there that want 5-button mouse, it's a Logitech, and it's called the it's called the MX Performance MX, but there's a new one out now. You just go to Logitech and you type in multi-button mouse. You know, they're out there. It's just crazy. Good idea for Christmas. Yeah, Logitech. Mouse. Just say Logitech mouse and it'll come up. It's this one here. This is the new one that they have out. Pretty cool, actually. See, it's got different buttons on it, so you can see here. I have one of these. I just haven't used it yet, but there's a button here. There's a scroller there. There's all these fancy things. A button here too. I don't know what that's for. Oh yeah, I've got one too. So I guess you know, there's another one, MX Master. I don't even know what that is. Just saying, it's not that one. That's cool. Yeah, there's all kinds of different mice. Incredible. Any other questions? Yeah, left-handed mouse. I think that was right there. And like Sandy Hunter's saying, thank you to each of you for coming. Happy holidays. Watch for announcement about next training date. We'll let you know. And you're welcome, Kevin. I'm going to sign off and wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I'm not sure. I might do another boot camp on Thursday, but I'm not sure right now. It just depends on my schedule and stuff. I'm working hard on these improvements, and like I said, we're always on support. So if you have any questions or issues, do fill out a support ticket. Okay? Thanks a lot.